Check. Fuckers. Welcome back to the channel for another video. If you're new here, make sure you drop a like. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel to see more content. Today's topic of discussion is principles. So, Mentzer went over 7 definitive principles of bodybuilding. And I'm going to do them one by one, like video by video, because if I were to go over all 7, it would end up making the video like upwards of like 30 to 40 minutes long. I'm not trying to do that. Plus, it's just more ideas for videos for me to go over this protocol and what it truly means and what it entails, all the specific details. So, starting with principle 1 is identity. For those of you that don't know, Mentzer was a huge philosopher. He was huge into philosophy, right? What this meant was he was fascinated by the human mind, how it worked. And not only that, expansion of the human mind, and expansion of reality, the universe around us, you know, all that fun stuff. If you know philosophy, you know the basics, you know the ins and outs. Starting off with identity, right? What is identity as a bodybuilder? Identity is being able to understand, right, what exactly, and I'm just kind of putting this in my own words based off of the reading. I will cite some of the reading here in a minute, but in my own words, it is being able to identify, to essentially cause and effect, right? Like you go into the gym, you start training, you see results, you reach a sticking point, you're either going to try different routes to continue to grow, or you're going to give up. And going ahead and trying different routes is going through cause and effect, trial and error, per se. In being able to do that, you are learning the identity of yourself, the identity of the human body, the identity of the human mind. These are all things that he went over in this book. Now I'm going to cite something from the book, which is a quote from Aristotle, and that quote is A is A. And what that means is the principle of identity put into action affects the laws of causality. In other words, as I was saying, cause and effect, which essentially means that an entity can only act within its nature and not otherwise. In simpler terms, what this means is like, this is why a rock cannot fly and a bird cannot conceptualize. Hence, a muscle cannot grow without the required stimulus. If you're not stimulating muscle growth, the muscle cannot reproduce. You haven't reached the point of, oh, we need to get stronger because we failed that. We weren't able to do that. So now we're going to do the process of growth reproduction. Make sense? Cool. So the last thing I will touch on with this principle is basically your concept of logic. A human being's basic method of gaining knowledge is logic. In order to expand, right, or move forward, and I'm more so focusing on the gym because that's what this is all surrounded around. But I mean, this is life in general. With anything that you're doing, you need to apply logic. You need to come up with your own ideas and have them be non-contradictory and have the facts to back them to then put them into action and prove what you're saying is true. That is applying logic, therefore you have knowledge in that field. Essentially with logic, right, it is based on non-contradictory. You got something, you're going with it. If you arrive at a contradiction, you're showing that there is an error in your way of thinking. You are then opening yourself up for criticism. If you have a thought process and you have a point to prove, stick to it. For example, with what I'm doing with this channel, I'm not getting many views, I'm not gaining many subscribers, but I'm still gonna put that content out there and hope that it reaches the right audience. Maybe, may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, it might not be 6 months from now. However, I will still continue to put that content out for those small amount of people that are watching my videos, whether you're watching them through and through or not. Doesn't matter to me. That is a wrap on the first principle. I'm not gonna dive too in depth in those. Again, if you want to really look into this stuff, I'm just kind of scratching the surface, so to speak. If you really want to look into this stuff and learn it for yourself, link in the description to the exact book that I am citing all of this from. High Intensity Training, the Mike Mentzer Way. If what I am saying, the things I am saying are spiking your interest, get this book. You can learn a lot more from that than you can from me, because I can only cite so much from that. Let's talk about the workout that we've got planned for today. What we're gonna be doing, chest and back, you know the deal. A little different. I'm feeling good. Last chest and back day, I got up to a 425 pound deadlift. I'm feeling good. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and do flat bench, and during the warm-up sets, I'm gonna get up there and see where I'm sitting right now for my max on the flat bench press. The highest I've hit on bench in my lifetime, because this was about a year ago now, was 275. That's 4 plates and 25s on either side. I don't know that I ever really plan to get back up there like that again. Like, this was when I was more so focused on hitting maxes, like more so of a powerlifting mindset. I was also heavier. I think I was around 182 to 185 pounds when I hit that. I'm floating right now around 173 pounds. So 10 pounds, 10, 15, somewhere in there, pounds lighter. Am I able to do that right now? No, because I haven't been training in a powerlifting manner where I'm consistently trying to chase a max, bench press, deadlift, squat, what have you. I'm hoping maybe 245. If I can get 245 up, I'll be pretty happy with that. We'll see how things move, you know? We'll see when we get there. That will be followed by the actual set. I will be doing pec deck, and considering that I'm gonna be warming up on the flat bench, I will probably just keep it at the flat bench, go back to flat bench, and do the same weight that I did in the first chest and back video, and see where we've gotten from there. Granted, in the first chest and back video, I did dumbbell flies into flat bench. Today, I'm going to be doing pec deck into flat bench, so we will see how that goes. And then we're gonna be doing our back workout. I will be doing the same thing I did in my last chest and back video, which is the kneeling lat pull downs, followed in superset fashion by the underhand pull downs, which I got wrist straps. Got them on Father's Day. By the way, the last video that I took, I meant to say this: Happy Father's Day to everyone who has children. I myself have a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old. So happy Father's Day to everyone. I know it's like late as fuck now, but I totally meant to put that in my last video because I did record that on Father's Day. Oh fuck. I'm gonna be using my wrist straps to get a couple more good reps in, because I'm getting to the point where I'm reaching fail, but I need that extra assistance. So when I'm reaching the point where my grip strength is going, I have that extra support in my wrists so that I can get more reps in. Going to the absolute point of failure, or as damn close as you can get to it, is the entire point of this protocol. I highly recommend getting wrist straps. Wrist straps are very different from wrist wraps. Wrist wraps are the elastics that go around your wrist that keep you from doing this, and I need those too, because I mean, as you can see, I snowboard. I don't have a longboard anymore, but I used to longboard. I've fucked up my wrists in my life. My wrists and my ankles, pretty fucked. I used to be huge into the whole garden trampoline flips scene too, so my knees are also shot. I'm broken all around, man. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of fucked up shit in my body. I'm pretty sure I have a torn labrum in my right shoulder, but hey, we're rolling with the punches. we're fucking making it happen. This shit pops out today, it pops out today. Hopefully the video goes viral at least. I don't fucking know. Ending the workout is going to be deadlift. I'm not going to be going for max deadlift again. Probably gonna hang right around whatever I planned to last time before I changed my mind and decided I'm gonna go ahead and fucking see how heavy I can go on deadlift. That's the plan. That's the workout. This clip is going on 20 minutes, probably hopefully chopped down to like 10, but still, I'm yapping too much.
You train your abs in the same manner? Do they respond the same way to high intensity training?
Exactly. The abdominals, understand, are skeletal muscles just like your pectorals, your latissimus, your biceps, your triceps. Therefore, they respond to the same type of stimulus, high intensity training in little amounts. A lot of people are obsessed with training their abs. They think that performing endless numbers of sit-ups will somehow whittle away the fat on the abs, which of course is ridiculous. There is no such thing as a localized fat loss. And you cannot achieve even generalized fat loss by exercise alone. The losing of body fat is contingent primarily upon calories. If you're consuming less calories than you need for maintenance, your body will be forced to revert to its fat stores for energy.
Crave. Crave. Crave.